I'm going to play Bee Swarm Simulator for 50 days to see how much progress I can make and to experience the life of a noob once again. But first, the rules of this challenge. Rule number 1, the challenge ends when the playtime badge says 50 days. Rule number 2, macroing is allowed. Rule number 3, can't spend Robux. I started this challenge over 1 year ago on an account that has never played Bee Swarm before. Since this was recorded in February, Beesmas was still going on. So when I claimed the Hive net gave me a star jelly, an awesome start to day 1. I hatched a basic egg and got a looker bee, so I kept the star jelly. I gave Black Bear a present. I also claimed his and Mother Bear's quests. While farming in the sunflower field, sparkles appeared and they gave tons of honey. It allowed me to buy a basic egg. I hatched a basic bee, so I used the star jelly and got a gifted Riley bee. My second bee is a gifted bee. This seemed a bit too easy. After a bit of grinding, I bought a better backpack for 650 honey. I completed some more quests and got my third bee. After one royal jelly, a basic bee turned into a shocked bee. Then I upgraded my gear, got my fourth bee. Next I completed Mother Bear's Beesmas quest, which gave me 10,000 honey. With the acquired honey, I bought basic boots. I bought another basic egg and finally unlocked the 5 bee zone. This meant I could talk to Panda Bear. I speedran his first 2 quests and then used all of my royal jellies I had on basic bees. This was a massive upgrade to my hive. I also bought the belt pocket, which will give me more capacity. Then I got a silver egg from Black Bear and the 6th bee hatched into a bucko bee. 2 minutes later I got my 7th bee, which was a bomber bee. With my powerful hive, I was able to complete Brown Bear's Beesmas quest. Shortly after, it was nighttime. When nighttime spawns, you want to search for vicious bees, so my hive is, well, you can also look for moon sprouts, but I only have the magnet. And lastly, you can chase fireflies, which I will do. Fireflies are very good for early players since they give moon charms and royal jellies and other valuable items. Moon charms are usually used for moon amulets, but in this case I need them to craft the helmet. And I also bought the vacuum as well as the canister. I had done it. I've bought the best items from the noob shop, so now my next goal is to buy the best items from the pro shop. Cue the quest completion and progression montage. And I want to tell you more about this challenge. So like I said in the beginning, I'm making this video to experience the life of a noob once again. I already have my main and fuzzy alt accounts, so why not have a third account? I'm not planning to turn it into another fuzzy alt or something like that. I just want to play Bee game from the start, and throughout this video I'll have these side quests, like the one playing in the background, to show you how I'd play Bee game at any stage, whether that would be early game or end game. So yeah, back to the video. Now that I have everything in the pro shop, I'm stronger than ever, and now my next goal is to unlock the 25 bee zone. I also got a bee quip case from Dapper Bear, so now I can use bee quips and increase my player stats. With these game-changing bee quips, it was time to do a blue boost. I got 2.7 million honey, which was decent but not enough for the bubble wand, but after 11 minutes I had enough for the new tool. I also unlocked the badge blender sprinkler building, and I also got a star jelly for free. Fortunately, I got a new gifted bee type, which will give me 30% red bomb pollen. And that was enough bee game for today. It was the next day and I completed Panda Bear's Beesmas quest, and this allowed me to summon Snow Bear. It was level 1, so I obviously defeated. Besides that, I did a rose field boost and got around 7.5 million honey, so I purchased blue and red guards and a blue port hive. Yes, I'm now a blue backpacker, although I won't ask people to spawn meteor showers. With my blue port hive, I got myself 10 million honey and purchased a basic sprinkler, and I bought plastic planter, harvested my ticket planter and did a I gave up on a level 5 puff shrooms since my blue port hive apparently sucks. I noticed that I had 250 tickets, so I asked fellow bee swarmers on Discord what bee should I get for 250 tickets. It appears I shouldn't spend my well-earned tickets and keep it for tabby bee, or else I will get bullied. But I know that I won't get bullied for getting myself a diamond bee. And speaking of diamonds, after tons of questing I finally completed Quest of Legends and obtained a diamond egg. But I'm not going to use it, and I'll instead keep it for something way more important in the future. But what I won't keep is my 11 million honey. I spent it all on a basic egg. I furthermore hatched a gold egg before I used the red cannon for my very first time. But then I realized I didn't have enough different bee types, so I spent all of my life savings to try and get a new bee type, but I was out of luck. I had to enter the mountaintop field by walking like a peasant. It took 40 seconds to get up there. This just shows how important the red cannon is. Nevertheless, I completed the goal of unlocking the mountaintop field, so I guess my next goal is to buy everything in the top shop. Now what I'm going to buy is the rake as well as the glider. I continued to show my richness by opening the 5th gift box and getting a star jelly from it. I got a gifted hasty, so now I'm gonna be faster. Next, I proved my dominance by getting revenge on the level 1 snow bear I died to earlier. It gave me some tickets and, most importantly, snowflakes, which I spent on a star jelly, and I obtained a dupe rad bee. A other than that. I got the Honey Ace badge for collecting 100 million honey in total. This allowed me to gain access to the Ace shop area and claim one more star jelly for free. Now I was hoping that I wouldn't get another duped bee, and well, the star jelly gave me a gifted cool bee. Yay. Later I obtained the Goo Hotshot badge. This unlocked Gummy Bear's lair, and now I could get free glue every 22 hours. Also I claimed enzymes, glitter, and a star jelly for free. I got a gifted bumblebee, which was my 5th gifted bee, and this would allow me to purchase a bronze star amulet, except I didn't have the 25 million honey. So instead I fought a level 2 snow bear, and I obviously defeated it. But I also needed to defeat a rare puffshroom to complete Dapper Bear's Beesma's quest. So I helped myself with an alt account. Now I could use the samovar every 6 hours and get free nectar and honeysuckles, and if I would use the samovar for 25 times I would get a turpentine for free, which would be very useful for the future. Since I completed Dapper Bear's quest, I was able to claim the 6th gift box, and I got valuable resources from it. Later I completed Science Bear's Beesma's quest and unlocked Beesma's lights. The lights are very underrated for early players since they empty your backpack and give a pollen multiplier with the Inspire effect. With the Beesma's lights I saved up 25 million honey and bought the Bronze Star amulet, which was an insane buff for me as an early game player. And since I completed Science Bear's Beesma's quest, I was able to open the 7th gift box. Afterwards I decided to kill a level 3 snow bear for snowflakes and tickets. I bought a white drive for 333 snowflakes and it unlocked the Robo Bear, but obviously I won't start a challenge since I'm still in the early game. My Hive, gear, amulets still suck, and to fix that, I bought my first moon amulet, which was actually really decent. On top of that, I obtained my 29th bee, purchased the beekeeper's mask, and even completed Mother Bear's quest, which gave me a star egg. However, I won't use it and keep it for later for a guaranteed gifted mythic bee, and if I would complete 4 more Mother Bear's quests, I'd get a star treat, but for now I need to focus on getting more bees. I was 1 bee away from 30, so I had to find an effective way of grinding for honey, and I did figure something out. I joined VIP server links which were in the official Bee Swarm Discord, and I searched for blue hives that were macroing in Pine Tree. Once I found some players, I used their Supreme Sprinkler and bubbles to gain honey extremely quickly. This allowed me to purchase the 30th bee. It even was a tabby bee. Now I finally unlocked the 30 bee zone and talked to Onett. He gave me his star treat questline and even his Beesma's quest. If I complete it, I will unlock the star lid, which will summon a guiding star. Besides all the quests, I claimed a free diamond egg under the lid to help me reach the goal of 5 diamond eggs for a diamond mask. I upgraded my gear once again. The candy planter will be a great way of getting jelly beans, and the beekeeper boots will make me faster, but not stronger since I wasn't able to defeat a level 4 snow bear. Once again I got better equipment, and after that I set up my macro and will try it for the very first time on this account. Like I mentioned earlier, I will use other players' Supreme Sprinklers, bubbles to gain honey very fast, and fast honey I gained indeed. Even though I only macroed for an hour, I got 34 million honey while doing absolutely nothing, which is insane. If you still haven't tried macroing and you play on a computer, what are you doing? Next I decided to play some ant challenges because I needed to kill 10 giant ants for Onett's star journey. Also I wanted to obtain a better ant amulet since I only had a bronze one, and well, I destroyed my old best score with 70 ants defeated. Afterwards I purchased the Riley and Bucko guards, and this was a massive upgrade for me as I didn't buy the elite red and blue guards because they both cost 5 stingers, 3 red blue extracts, which in my opinion isn't worth it. While the Riley and Bucko guards are a must since the next better guards are the Cobalt and Crimson guards. Following that I bought the Porcelain Dipper. Now at this point I'd follow a routine. I'd play ant challenges, kill windy bees, use all the 3 boosters, and farm in the boosted field for badges. Whenever there was nighttime I'd kill vicious bees, farm fireflies for moon charms. This cycle repeated until it was day 2 and I had saved up 250 million honey and purchased the Porcelain Porto Hive. Now I was fully dripped out with the full beekeeper set, so I completed my goal of purchasing everything in the top shop, and the next task is to get the bubble mask and unlock the 35 bee zone. I wasn't close to crafting the bubble mask, however I put 10 oils in the blender. I finally saved up 500 tickets, so I once again needed some advice from better players than me. Last time I asked fellow bee swarmers for help, it didn't end up so well. Only one person replied and they said Photon Bee. Now that's what I would have bought even if I didn't ask for help, so in my opinion you should first buy the Tabby Bee, then Photon, Cobalt, Crimson, Festive, Puppy. Besides that I killed the 10th spider to finally complete Panda Bear's quest. This quest is special because I got a gold egg, and now the Panda Bear Ant Challenge quests are here. If I complete all Panda Bear's quests I will get a star treat. That's why I grinded the ant challenges. This would also be a great time to try and obtain a better ant amulet since I'm way stronger than the last time I played the ant challenge. And well, on the first round I improved my score by 40 ants, but the amulet itself was trash. I was looking for blue and red pollen, critical power, and critical chance. This time it was a 7 score personal best. I took a short short break from the ant challenges to kill a level 5 snow bear in order to complete Bee Bear's quest. This was the next quest and it required way too much stuff, so I took a 2-day break from Bee game. When I did come back, I claimed the samovar for my 10th time, and if I claim it 25 times I will get the turpentine. Should be easy enough, right? I got back to ant challenges. This quest took 3 games to complete, and on the next round I finally got a decent diamond ant amulet. Right after this one I basically got a perfect amulet. One more challenge and I finished Panda Bear's quest. This was my 3rd diamond egg, and I need 5 of them for the diamond mask, which I'll purchase in the future. I could finally take a real break from the ant challenges because the quest required me to kill other mobs besides ants. It was getting closer to the Beesmoss end date. I had to spend all my gingerbread bears and snowflakes, so I decided to buy the refreshing bundle because it would give me 20 blue extracts, which is the exact amount of blue extracts I'm missing for the bubble mask. Now I just had to unlock the 35 bee zone and get the turpentine from the samovar. And I would get a new side quest because I unlocked the first quest, which would give me the translator. The translator would allow me to unlock either the bucko, Riley, or stick bug, and well, the first translator should be given to the bucko bee, since at this stage you should have the bubble mask or be close to crafting it. The quest required me to craft 50 items in the blender. Whenever you need to craft some stuff for quests and you're too poor to basically craft anything, the easiest thing you can do is just to craft gumdrops. They're extremely cheap to craft and speeding them up is also cheaper. 10 gumdrops cost a single ticket to speed up, while anything else is 1 item 1 ticket. However, I didn't skip the crafting since I just got the quest. Later, when I was converting at my hive, this mid-game player asked the server what bee he should gift with his star treat. Well, you should firstly use star treats to gift all of your event bees. This should be the gifting order: Tabby, Photon, Bear, Gummy, Cobalt, Vicious, Festive, Windy, Crimson, Puppy. But I saw that he basically had all of his events gifted. That's why I asked if he had unlocked the SSA. He said yes, and that it was Pop Star. I said to go blue. Do I agree with myself 1.5 years later while editing this video? Yes, but I'll give an in-depth analysis to his hive. He said that he's trying to go blue, but he's not doing a great job. Going blue is a correct thing when you unlock the SSA. It's the cheapest color out of red, white, and blue, and you can macro. So this guy has 45 bees. You definitely don't need Rascal, Rad, Honey, Exhausted, Riley, Carpenter, Spicy, Vector, Photon, Crimson, Cobalt bees. Baby, Lion, and Shy bees are optional and depend on whether you're over or underfilling whilst macroing. You don't need gifted baby bee if you got at least a few gifted tadpoles, because when tadpole is gifted, it can spawn baby love. Lion gives 5% gifted bee pollen. So basically it's only good when your whole hive is gifted. In this case, it's not. That's why I'll delete it. And the Shy bee gives 5% bee ability pollen. You can keep like 1 precise bee for damage if you still need to get better amulets, but it's the worst optional bee out of all of them. That's why I'll just delete it entirely. Windy, Bear, Vicious, and Puppy bees are optional. Bear bee is obviously worth it, but not everyone can afford it. Vicious is basically like a worse buoyant bee, but it deals more damage. Puppy bee is only good when you're leveling up your hive. Now he should add a Bomber, Bumble, Commander, Diamond, 2 Musics, Fuzzy. The rest should be buoyants and tadpoles, or if you're poor, Bubble and Frosty bees. They also don't need to be gifted, except one of them for the gifted hive bonus. And obviously the hive isn't perfect. In fact, it's still trash. But that's enough of hive analysis. So let's go back to bee game. Bought my 34th bee and upgraded my bee quips by using waxes on them. If you're at a similar stage as me, you shouldn't do this, but I had to for Dapper Bear's quest. I used 5 soft waxes on my elf cap, and I got 2% honey at hive, which is extremely good. After that I decided to claim the stockings to maybe get some more wax, but the game froze. My bees weren't moving. The time was not ticking. That was a sign that that was enough bee swarm for today. I came back to the same place 2 days later and killed the king beetle, and I got my 4th diamond egg from it. Considered buying the red clay planter over the blue clay planter, since the red one gives waxes as extra rewards, while the blue planter gives micro converters and honeysuckles, and I definitely need waxes more than micro converters. That's why I put 3 red extracts into the blender, and in the meantime I used the red HQ booster and claimed the glue dispenser to complete 5 million pollen from red flowers. I actually timed it perfectly where I didn't use a single gumdrop in order to collect the required goo, just like I collected the required pollen from these fields to complete this black bear's quest and unlock the final task for a star jelly. Afterwards I claimed the 3 red extracts, crafted 2 soft waxes, and bought the red clay planter. And I also purchased my 35th bee. This completed my goal of unlocking the 35 bee zone. So my next task is to complete the first 10 spirit bear quests. This will give me the spirit petal, which I will use to purchase the petal belt. Why not the petal wand? Here's everything you need to know, but just trust me, buy the belt and not the wand. And I claimed a free star jelly which was located behind the Spirit Bear shop. Now editor me believes that I shouldn't have used it and instead I should have kept the star jelly because I need 25 of them for the petal belt. Getting 25 star jellies at my stage is very difficult, and we'll see if star jellies will be the main reason why I couldn't purchase the belt quicker. But for now I had to focus on completing the Spirit Bear quests as fast as I could, and Black Bear star jelly quest as well. I have to stop this montage for a bit to show you that the date jumped from March 30th to June 9th. Yeah, so, Beesmas got extended, I grinded on my main, and then I kind of took a break, but you'll see this trend repeat later in the video, anyways. The thing happened again. It's now August 1st. I came back maybe because Nick was trending
and blow up his house.
And he said to never give up. Well, the motivation worked because I made the most amount of progress in the shortest time frame. It was all because of macroing. You see, before this I rarely macroed because I was still getting no honey. But now when I have the bubble mask, I know the strats how to get honey fast. I used the knowledge to my advantage. The days were flying by. I was gaining billions of honey. I bought thousands of royal jellies to obtain better bees for my hive. I was about to purchase the Cobalt Guard and then I accidentally claimed the Vicious Bee. I don't know how it happened because when I joined the game and saw 5 stingers in my inventory I got a mini heart attack. Then I went to the spot where you claim the bee. It said that I already have the Vicious Bee, and the game wasn't lying, the egg was in my inventory. Also, the 5th diamond egg spawned in my inventory. I also don't know how I got it. I looked through the recordings and I didn't find anything. So I have the most difficult items required for the diamond mask, and since the map is now green, I failed to obtain the turpentine. The problem with buying the Vicious Bee is that I no longer have any stingers and it's basically the only item I'm missing for the Cobalt Guard, but I used the bee to my advantage. I killed a Vicious Bee in the pepper field for the first time, and I even defeated the coconut crab. It took 18 minutes and 47 seconds. The boss dropped many valuable items like glitter, magic beans, and most importantly star jellies. And I need 25 of them for the petal belt. I completed the 4th Spirit Bear quest, then I claimed 9 blue extracts, and now I had every item required for the Cobalt Guard except stingers, so I ought to defeat as many Vicious Bees as I could. But since beating a Vicious Bee in the pepper takes me around 3 minutes, I decided to level up my hive. And remember when I said that if I would complete 4 more Mother Bears quests, I'll get a star treat. Yeah. So the final quest required me to feed my bees 250 sunflowers, pineapples, strawberries, and blueberries. I had thousands of every fruit except blueberries. I wonder why. I took a quick break, but in reality I macroed for stingers and fruits. I got 99 stingers from macroing. So I bought the Cobalt Guard, completed the last Mother Bear's quest, gifted my tabby bee, obtained my second translator, and I gave it to Stick Bug. I actually don't know if it's the correct decision. Most of my honey does come from blue fields and I own the bubble mask. So completing Riley's quests would be a lot more difficult than Bucko. However, my hive is level 8 and reaching a decent score in the Stick Bug challenge is also hard. But it isn't hard to do this glitch in the bamboo field. If you didn't know, you can freeze the Stick Bug if you just run into this wall while walking to the right. I managed to get 3.7 million score, which was enough for a bronze amulet. Then I went on a hive upgrading spree. Editor me believes that I shouldn't have bought the puppy bee and instead I should have saved up for a star treat. The puppy bee is literally useless and I have no idea why I bought it. I also crafted 336 gumdrops to purchase the gummy bee. This event bee is definitely worth it. After that I got 5 new gifted bee types, and then this happened. This got me to 19 gifted bee types, and then I forgot about this challenge for 6 months. I came back on February 20th. It's almost been a whole year and I'm still on day 9, but this time I came back strong. A lot of things happened since the last time I played Bee Game. There are now all the sticker features. One of them is trading. However, before I even joined the game, I had to set up an RDP. If you don't know what an RDP is, it's basically a thing that allows you to macro in the background. Before this I used a virtual machine, but it now doesn't work since Roblox thinks it is. Hacks. And here we go, we're in. This is what I see. But from now on, whenever you'll see this type of screen, just know that I was playing on an RDP, which probably means that I was macroing beforehand. Decided to record something quickly and resume macroing. Anyways, I claimed the new mountaintop field badge, and I went on a sticker scavenger hunt. I found a sun sticker, donated it to the sticker stack and went to the trading hub for the very first time. I purchased the sticker seeker, which will become extremely useful in the future, and this allowed me to receive the very first sticker seeker quest. But honestly, I won't be focusing on these. I'm literally on rank 31 on my main account, and so the macroing in the background begun. My goal right now is to complete the first 10 spirit bear quests. However, it's taking a while. That's why I'll add a new side quest. Since I'm one gifted bee type away from the golden star amulet and the supreme star amulet is too difficult, the diamond amulet is my next goal. I need 11 new gifted bee types to unlock it. After a quick macro session, I claimed the grandmaster honey badge and spent half of my live savings on royal jellies, and on my second reroll I got a gifted diamond bee. As you can see, I was very excited. The luck didn't end here, as I got my first mythic bee. I added some frosty bees to help me increase the amount of honey I earn while macroing in the pine tree. With this hive, I collected all the required goo for Onet's star journey, and I received the 5th and final quest for the star treat. And since obtaining royal jellies was easier than ever, I could craft lots of ingredients for the diamond mask. I was gaining tons of tickets from macroing, and I gifted the photon bee. But now I had a new routine I'd follow. I'd play for a bit and complete some quests, craft items for the diamond mask, upgrade my hive and macro. I used this 45 bee macro hive build I found on Discord. As you can see, my hive is still not perfect, and finally I removed the puppy bee. Then I claimed the final panda bear quest. After that I did my first proper boost on this account. I only farmed until I had 5 billion honey, because after lots of calculations I realized that I can afford the diamond mask, and so the crafting and speeding up started. I actually miscalculated a bit. I had to spend 200 extra tickets for gumdrops, but that was no problem. Now I just had to wait for nighttime, or so I thought. I just used a night bell on my main account. Next item I need to purchase is the petal belt. However, it requires 50 glitter and I have 2 since I spent it all. Got 2 hive slots and 3 new gifted bee types. Since I was on the final panda bear quest, I played the ant challenge for the next 35 minutes. And I'm glad that this is the last panda bear quest, because I hate the ant challenge. But hey, now I gifted the cobalt bee. This was my 28th gifted bee. I tried to discover my 29th gifted bee by hatching basic eggs many times. If you didn't know, there's a 0.348% chance of obtaining the gifted basic bee from basic eggs, and so I bought 36 eggs hoping that I'd get the bee, but I didn't. However, I did do another pine tree boost to be able to afford more eggs. I got myself 8 billion honey. That should be enough, right? 2 billion honey for a gifted basic, I'll take it. Now I took a break from bee gifting and instead I searched for windy bees. It was the only thing left for the 10th spirit bear quest. One windy bee wasn't enough, so I joined different servers until I saw the wind shrine moving. If the wind shrine is swinging, that means there's a windy bee somewhere, and there sure was one. Now that I have the spirit pet, I only need 38 more glitter and a few star jellies. I spent all of my honey on royal jellies to try and discover my 30th gifted bee type, and I actually did it. My next goal is the supreme star amulet. That will be difficult. However, the problem now is that I have 0 honey and I need 1 billion to afford the diamond star amulet, so I did a short boost. Later I killed the 5th tunnel bear required for Onet's star journey, gifted my festive bee, and for the next 3 days I macroed, bought royal jellies and gambled. At this point I needed 7 new gifted bees until I could use my 2 star eggs I obtained a long time ago. The star egg hatches into any type of gifted bee that is not in a player's hive. So if you have all gifted basic, rare, epic, legendary bees, you're guaranteed a gifted mythic bee. 5 hours later I lowered it down to 5 bees. See how the number out of 40 didn't increase even though I got 2 new gifted bee types. For the supreme star amulet you need to discover 40 different gifted bee types, not have 40 different types of them in your hive at one time. So if the number didn't increase, that means that I previously had this gifted bee at some point. And the next day I got the rest of the bees I was looking for. Now I could use the 2 star eggs and get 2 guaranteed gifted mythics. The first one was a buoyant, very good. and a fuzzy, perfect. I was lucky enough to not get a gifted spicy, precise, or vector, since those bees are useless for blue hives and I would have to delete them when I'd unlock the SSA. And speaking of unlocking the SSA, as I'm only 4 gifted bee types away from the SSA, I started to buy tickets for honey. You shouldn't do this unless you're in a situation like me. The ticket price increases exponentially, but because it was my first time purchasing tickets from the shop, 200 tickets only cost me 70 million honey. I brought back the puppy bee to my hive. Now why did I not follow this event gifting guide I recommended previously? Well, firstly, I don't have these events in my hive, so I'm left with either vicious or puppy. I chose to gift puppy because I thought that the vicious monster respawn time reduction wouldn't benefit me at that moment. Defeating mobs wasn't a priority for me. All I was doing was macroing, and I'm still shocked that this occurred. I believe that was the first time that happened ever in my thousands of hours of playtime. Anyways, 2 more gifted bees until the SSA, and I actually realized that if my luck streak would continue, I could unlock the SSA at that moment. I had 62 spare gingerbread bears from Bees Moss, so if I would just get 1 gifted bee from them and then gift the final bee with a star tree, that would be 40 gifted bee types. But let's just say that things didn't go my way. So I had to get 1 more gifted bee or 1,000 tickets. I lowered it to 490 tickets, then I backtracked a bit to 477 tickets, but that was because I was able to afford the pedal belt, and besides all of that, I completed the final science bear quest and got my 3rd translator. I got 150 billion honey from macroing and I spent 80 billion of it on tickets. And finally, after too much suffering, I unlocked the SSA. Now with the spare honey, all I had to do is get the pop star. I had 6 attempts, so surely I get it. And I really got it on the final reroll. It was probably the worst pop star amulet ever. It only had 1 buff I was looking for, but I'll make it work. Now with the 9 billion honey, I had to change my whole hive to this bubble hive because mythic bees are still very expensive. Obviously I had to test out the new hive with a pine tree boost. In the first 7 minutes I got 30 billion honey, which meant 3 rerolls to try and obtain a better pop star amulet. Unlucky. And I got 10 billion more honey, but still nothing. So now my next few goals are a 5 out of 5 pop star amulet, transform bubble hive into a blue hive, which would be around 20 buoyants and 8 tadpoles, 50th hive slot, coconut canister. This might seem like I'm far from reaching the goals, and that's kind of correct, but I was progressing at an insane rate. I upgraded my SSA from a 1 out of 5 to a 3 out of 5. This made getting hundreds of billions of honey easy. I got many royal jellies, and mythic bees weren't a problem to obtain anymore. I was slowly getting the required buoyants as well as tadpoles for the blue hive. Hundreds of billions turned into 500 billion of honey. Hive slots were an ease to purchase. Got a 4 out of 5 pop amulet. I got the pesticide planter. My first shell amulet. The coconut canister. The supreme saturator. The crimson guard. Claimed the 30 days of playtime badge, bought the 50th hive slot, and activated a code for honey day, and that definitely boosted my total honey count. I got 50 balloon blessing. The coconut clocks. A 5 out of 5 pop star amulet. This whole 100-second montage was from day 24 until day 46. And I accomplished so much in that time frame. First of all, I smashed these goals here. So what's next? The hydroponic and petal planters, Tide Popper, full gifted hive. The reason why I don't have switch hive colors as one of the goals right now is because my hive is still only level 17, and I believe that it's worth switching hives when you have a level 20 hive. That's why I'll also add the full level 20 Hive to my goals and then the Hive color switch. Let's put the goals to the side and recap what really happened in that 100-second supercut. For reference, I was a level 11 Hive rookie at day 24 and now I'm a level 17 pro Hive at day 46. That's just insane. But that kind of makes sense because my playtime basically doubled. With only 4 days left till the day 50 goal, I actually decided to take a break and start seriously editing this video. That's why it's now the 25th of May. Conveniently Swarm got updated. The Retro Swarm Challenge got added, so you know I had to try it out on this account. If you don't know how this mini game works, I'll explain it for you. To play the challenge, enter this portal, which was next to the Hives, however it has since been moved next to the Dapper Bear's shop. You get teleported into this lobby where there are these boxes. 4 people can enter the boxes, and then you'll get teleported to the challenge. You spawn with 50 brick, which is the currency of this mini game. To the right of you there's a shop and you can buy bees, weapons, and damage buffs, and after some time the first round will begin. Zombies along with slimes are going to start spawning, so your goal is to defeat them, and to do that buy this sword for 10 brick. It's the first thing I recommend anyone to do as it's effective and simple, especially if there are teammates. Now go slay the slimes with your sword. The first wave was easy, but the enemies almost got to the Hives, and if they do, you lose one of your 10 hearts. There are these brick blooms that spawn in fields. Destroying them gives you lots of brick. Popping 2 of them got me to 180 brick, which was enough for the slingshot. It's way better than the sword as you can shoot the mobs from a distance. Round 2, 3, 4 and 5 weren't a problem, however it was time for round 6. My plan was to save up 750 brick so I could purchase the rocket launcher. That thing is OP. But for some reason my rockets weren't dealing enough damage. I don't know if that was because I had no nectars and other buffs or that I'm a blue Hive, so I took another 2-month break to do other stuff. And as you probably know, Beesmas got added on the 17th of July and I of course had to join. But not for the reason you'd think. Firstly, I claimed every single quest so that I'd know the different sticker requirements for the tasks. I used the information in this video right here. And the second thing I did was swap all the stickers between this challenge account, the main account, and my fuzzy alt every 48 hours. The inbox has 200 slots, and with 3 accounts that's 600 slots, aka infinite storage, as long as I don't forget to swap the stickers every 48 hours. But a disaster struck. I forgot to trade back the stickers and lost some that I fairly earned on this account, like these ones, so I'll be back to square one with my sticker collection. Oh well. With every Beesmas comes the annual Honey Day event, so I joined the game, spent 3 trillion honey I had. A quick Honey Day break to fix my sticker book, complete Black Bears and Mother Bears Beesmas quests, and spend all 5 trillion honey I got on treats. That got me 4 level 18 bees, wow. The rest of the Honey Day didn't go that well. I macroed for 8 hours, then I had connection issues for like 5 hours, then macroed for another 3 hours until my Honey Day was over. After that I once again took a break. It's the 11th of August and day 49. Only 39 hours remaining, so this is the perfect opportunity to start completing the Beesmas quests, as I had already done that on my main account. As of right now I've finished 2 of the 16 NPC quests, so I'll add the goal of completing Beesmas 2024. That will be difficult, but this year's BBM's quest is way easier compared to all the previous years, so maybe it's still possible. However, to even claim BBM's quest I need to complete all the other 15 quests, and the problem is that I cannot obtain Gummy Bear's quest as I don't own the Gummy Mask. As for the tasks that I currently have, my game plan is to complete everything except the stickers and leave that for later. On top of that I have to start doing puffshroom runs as I need tons of waxes for the Tide Popper and planters. But before I even begin Beesmas questing, the Sun Bear's back. He's got 3 beginner-friendly quests that have the golf mechanics involved. I already know how this works, so a brief explanation. All the golf stuff is only in the dandelion, sunflower, and blue flower fields. Gather the required pollen that is written above the golf balls. Once you do that, an arrow will appear which indicates where the ball will travel. The closer you stand to the ball, the weaker the swing, and the further away you stand, the stronger the hit. There's mud on the field, so if your golf ball touches it, you have to start over. The first 2 quests were simple, though the third and final task required a hole-in-one. This might seem challenging, but since I'm a professional golfer I got that done easily. And as there's less than 40 hours left till the end of the challenge, I think it's time for another montage. It's currently 4 AM for me and there's only 7 minutes remaining, so first of all, my progress. In 50 days I've made 59 trillion honey, obviously almost all of it came from the pine tree forest. These are the Beesma's quests. I basically completed everything besides the stickers, and that's because I'm broke. I'm not sure if this is good progress for 50 days of playtime, so if you got around similar playtime please tell me if this account is cooked. In my opinion I macroed too much in the final half of the challenge, however most of the time I couldn't play B-game or it was simply too boring to grind. That's why I also took those long breaks in between, and that kind of explains why it took 1.5 years to reach day 50. The other reason why it took that long to reach day 50 is the editing. There's around 150 hours of footage and that's over 500 gigabytes. However, when the challenge is over, I'll finally be able to free up that space on my computer. Anyways, let me know how you enjoyed this type of Bee Swarm content, as this is by far the biggest Bee Swarm video I've done. Tell me in the comments below what I can improve on when part 2 of the series will drop. Hopefully it won't take me another 1.5 years to reach day 100. Also let me know if you want to see me live stream playing on this account, and if you got any other cool ideas share them below.